Welcome to Moana's Meadow Report. Today is August 21st, 2018, and it's a Tuesday. So today was fairly good. I mean, I worked, and where I work, I end up interacting with a lot of people, having a lot of opportunities to make connections, so that's really fun. I made a connection with someone, and I was hoping that I was assisting her with giving her some information, and that was really neat. Let us see what else. I did not have a no-spend day today, because what I'm counting is if my husband and I both do not spend. So I don't know if I should modify it and just say I'm just counting it for myself, or how that's going to work. But I'm just not hitting that target that I wish I could hit with one no-spend day a month. I'm still at just half of the baby step number 1, and that's driving me crazy. I'm counting down for when I get paid, so I believe that is like 4 or 5 days from now. So that's really exciting because I intend on funneling 200 of my check into the emergency fund. So then that would get it back up to 5, 6. So I had it at 6 at one point, so it'll go up to 7. And then I'll only need to put away 300 more to get the $1,000 emergency fund. The funniest thing about the Dave Ramsey $1,000 emergency fund is 2 people now have quoted, like 2 people on YouTube have quoted, did you know that the statistic is out of this many people, only this percentage of them would have $1,000 if an emergency happens? I was like, wow, are they like unknowingly stumbling onto statistics that Dave Ramsey has been telling any Dave Ramseyite from the very beginning? He's been doing it for 25 years or more. So it's just really funny that it's finally catching on. Oh yeah, on my last video I wanted to discuss what a coworker said to me in regards to having a baby. Her number one thing she would tell any new mother is buy a pump before you have the baby, period, and bring the pump with you to the hospital, just in case there's no latching going on, or, you know. And I was like, wow, I never had to think about that, because for me, sorry, Khaleesi Mussie's eating a little dessert snack bug. I do my best to get the bugs out of the house before he starts eating them, but sometimes I can't catch up on time. And Predator's helping me do this video. Say hi. Predator, say hi. Okay, so wait, what was I saying? Oh, so in regards to a pump, I never had to look into that. In fact, my doctor, okay, yeah, this is not a fun story for me, but my doctor was referred to me by my cousin, and she came with me to a lot of appointments. Those of you that don't know, I gave my son up for adoption to my cousin. And this doctor was such, I don't even know how to describe him other than calling him an ID-10T. He was not smart in the way of knowing his patients and in the way of knowing their story. So every time I went in to go get an appointment, I felt like I got re-traumatized, because then he would say, oh, are you breastfeeding? And I'd be like, no, this is my cousin. She just had a baby. You delivered the baby. Now I'm having a baby. She's adopting my son. she's nursing now, so she'll be able to nurse my son because she's adopting him. Therefore, I am not nursing. Oh, okay. And then next appointment, a week later. Oh, are you nursing? And I would go through the same story. And then he'd ask again on the next week, are you nursing? And I felt like, I feel like just slamming my hands on his desk and being like, if you ask me one more time, then I'm going to know that you didn't put notes in my chart. Clearly stating, I don't care if you put a Post-it note, write it in Sharpie on the folder, not nursing. Like, it's painful enough that I'm giving my son up for adoption, and it's equally as painful that I don't get to nurse him. So yeah, apparently I'm still really angry about it. Yeah, I cried a lot after those. Well, I cried a lot all the time. At night, I'd cry myself to sleep. When I was in the hospital, my son made it out of the hospital a day before I did because my cousin just wanted to take him home, and, you know, the paperwork wasn't final or anything, or... Yeah. We waited a few days. I don't know. I don't remember the specifics, but I swear we went through the paperwork after he was born. I'm not sure. But even the judge was like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm sure. And he goes, we're going to take you in the other room. You're going to tell me in private, without these two, the people adopting my son, my cousin, and her husband. And you are going to tell me off the record what you intend on doing. So we go into his office. It's just me and him. He goes, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. But it's like I had to put this protective shell around me to tell myself I was fine. I wasn't fine. I was really, really sad. And I was in the hospital by myself after they took my son home. And, I mean, I had a lot of visitors and I felt loved and stuff, but there was just a lot of by myself time. And it turned out that doctor, the one that didn't want to remember that I was giving my son up for adoption, the one that couldn't take the time to realize that I wasn't going to be nursing him if I'm giving him up for adoption. He didn't even do it. He was on vacation. So this youngin', she was just starting out in the field, she did my delivery. And then I would have thought, well, it's a woman, that's nice. No, not nice. Afterwards, I mean, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, and I'm recovering. They kept me in the hospital till I went in on Sunday, and they kept me until Wednesday or Thursday. And she said to me, we got to get you on birth control so you don't do this again. I'm like, I'm going to be fine. I'm not going to be on birth control. She says, no, you need to seriously contemplate birth control. So which one do you want? Do you want me to prescribe the pill or do you want me to prescribe the shot? I said, I'm fine. I'm not needing the birth control. I'm fine. She's like, no, this is very important that you don't have, well, she didn't say have a baby out of wedlock, but she said, don't put your baby through this again, or something to that effect. And I wanted to be like, who are you? Get out of my room. Like, leave. So I was just adamant. I'm like, nope, you know, you're not prescribing me birth control. And I was so upset. I was furious. And if I had the strength to get up out the bed and slap her, I would have. But I didn't even have the strength to sit up. Like, yeah. So, it was strange. It was really strange. So, yeah, it was just nice to hear the perspective of a mother who kept their baby, you know. But she just said, number one advice I would get to everyone is period, flat out, buy the pump before the baby. And period, flat out, bring it to the hospital so you could start pumping at the hospital if there's an issue. And I'm like, that's brilliant. I never would have thought of that. I never would have thought of that. So, yeah, I mainly felt really alone. Yeah, there's more backstory in what no, I don't think I should share this, but well, I guess I'll just say it. One of my parents offered to take me out to eat at one of my favorite restaurants, Ho Ho Gourmet, the day before I had my son. So Saturday. And then that parent canceled on me. They had more important things to do. And I was really upset. So my cousin and her husband took me out to Ho Ho Gourmet instead. But, yeah. The main thing was that particular parent, I don't know. Me and that parent have had a disconnect for I don't know how long. So that's one of the reasons why I am learning to care for myself more, and going through therapy is because some of the things I felt like were not provided me growing up during my childhood in regards to support or unconditional love or just love in general. But yeah, I'm trying not to leave this on a very sad note, but it's not working. And and then yeah, so I have a therapy session tomorrow, and that's really exciting. And I'm glad when things come up so I could tell him what came up. So I could talk through that and try to get a different perspective on things. Yeah, I'm just going to stop talking because I'm getting more emotional. Not that emotions are bad, but I feel bad that you have to watch this. So I hope you have a fabulous rest of your night. Sorry that it was a especially long Meadow report. And having to stay meowsing. Meow.